The 2026 Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your Sunday tailgate and your parking lot snack bar. Your lucky jersey, your chairs, and your big cooler fit perfectly in your even bigger cargo space. And when it's go time, your 11.3-inch diagonal touchscreen's got the playbook, the playlist, and the tech to stay a step ahead. It's more than an SUV. It's your Equinox. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
On this episode of Bantha Milk Podcast, we will make sure we have Empire-issued boots on.
And don't be late for the train.
Don't be late for the train.
It's the Bantha Milk Podcast. Yeah! Pour a glass of that blue milk, we know it's gonna last. With Rob and James behind the controls, discussing Jedi, Sith, and all the plot holes. Every week we're back, can't be denied. Got the hot takes flowing and the canon clarified.
Yeah, and we're back.
Yeah.
We are back once again because all we do, watch Maul every single week. This is great. I wish there was Star Wars every week.
Oh, wouldn't that be
all
amazing?
The weeks, all 52 weeks, we would have so much fun.
Just so much Star Wars to tell. Like, we could do this. There's so many characters out there. It'd be spectacular.
So many. It would be. It would definitely be spectacular if we did all of that. So, yep, once again, we are back. As you know, we are Bantha Milk Podcast. That's James over there. Hello, James.
Hello. Good to see you, Rob.
Good to see you again. This is wonderful.
Or for the podcast world, good to hear you since you don't actually see us, but minor detail.
Right. Minor detail. If you're listening in your car and you do want to see us, you can slide on over to the YouTube. You can like, subscribe, and comment down below over there on the YouTube. We are over there at Bantha Milk Podcast on YouTube. Say hi to us over there if you want to. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment down below over on wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Google, wherever you get your podcast, all that good stuff.
So many places, right?
So many places. I think we're on as many of them as we can find. So that's that. Let's talk about what we're drinking this week. So I finally went out and bought something new. I saw this. It was on the new shelf too. So this is like super new. This isn't
like untested?
Untested. I don't even know what this style is. All I know is it is also a 5% beer, and a pounder. It's a big can and a 5%er. So I'm in trouble. But it's called, and this is why I got it, Darth Vader.
Oh my gosh.
With an L in the middle.
What a name. Oh my gosh.
I know. Wait till you see it also. It's a dark Czech style Pilsner.
Okay. Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what it looks like on the inside, but wait till you see the cover. Oops, right there.
Oh,
Darth Vader. It has half Darth Vader's mask and half hockey helmet.
Yep.
Pretty cool. It's from Manafirkin, Manafirkin, Manafirkin Brewing Company.
Okay.
Proudly brewed and canned at Manafirkin Brewing Company in Manahawkin, New Jersey.
Okay.
I know this from coaching volleyball. We go up there quite a few times a year, Manahawkin. This dark Czech-style Pilsner is dark side power with Jedi discipline. Looks Sith, drinks light, clean finish, just a shout-out worthy of the Force is what it says. Also 5% alcohol. So
I am so fascinated by the idea of dark Pilsner. Like, those are words I don't see together.
No, not even a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how dark it is for a dark Pilsner. How dark does it have to be a dark Pilsner?
It's going to be a really good question.
Yes. So that's what I'm drinking. What are you drinking, my friend?
My beer is really weird. It came from grapes and comes in a bottle.
That is strange. That is a strange looking beer there.
Very, very strange. It's an Aldi classic called Winking Owl. You can't go wrong. Used to be $3. Now it's like $4 or $4.50, which I feel like is the price of the bottle anyway. So an absolute steal.
That's right.
But yeah, I forgot to stop at the store on the way home from my work event tonight. So I'm out of beer. So I get wine.
You're out of beer. So there you go. Wine instead of beer.
Disappointing the Beer and Bantha Milk podcast with wine.
You sure are. But the Bantha Milk is any sort of alcoholic beverage, so wine fits into that category.
I'm hanging out with Mon Mothma and the likes of her tonight, obviously. So
there you go. Yes, you are. You're dancing it up. You are out there in the middle of the party having a great old time.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, while you pop that cork out of there, I'm gonna pop the lid here. Let's hope that since this was on the
cork,
brand new
this
shelf,
is a twist off.
Might as well just get a boxed wine while you're at it.
Might as well. So,
all right, let's see what I get here. Okay.
Oh,
dear.
You got fizz too?
Yeah, fizz, and it's definitely dark.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do the very deep pour, I think, for this one. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
This is dark.
So Czech Pilsner is not the Pilsner we're used to.
No, not even a little bit. Holy cow. A dark Czech Pilsner is a dark, dark beer. Look at that. Holy cow. It almost looks like licorice. It's so dark. Wow. All right. It would have been even better if you just drank the wine right out of the bottle.
I thought about it. Don't tempt me to get a funnel and pour it back in.
Just pour it back in. Just
Yep. Having a good time.
That would have been awesome. All right. Well, cheers to you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Smells good. It's very interesting.
The world's dying to know.
Yeah, because it definitely has a light Pilsner mouthfeel to it. Like doesn't have a real thick, dark taste. It has a little bit on the back end, almost like a roasted taste on the back end to me. I wish I was better at describing the flavors that I'm tasting in my mouth. But
understandable.
I was expecting more of like what's a normal dark beer?
Like woody, nutty coffee, like a stout.
Yeah,
or
I was
porter.
expecting a lot more a stout. I was expecting more because it looks like a stout. I was
It
expecting
does.
more of a thick stout taste, and it doesn't have that.
Well, that's going to be nice for you to enjoy then. Quickly get hit by that 5%.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Because it definitely has that nice light Pilsner feel to it. Very light feel, but then you just get hit at the end with a little bit of the darkness to it. So whatever they did for the darkness is definitely there at the end.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it actually is very, very good. I really, really like it.
I'll have to look and see if I can get anywhere near me.
I know. So Dark Vlader, well, I always go the wrong way. Dark Vlader, there we go.
Vlader.
Yes.
Okay.
Good stuff. A dark Czech style Pilsner is a good taste there. All right.
All right, win.
Win. All right. Other shows on the network. Hit us with all the other shows there.
That's
James.
me. Yes. Of course, there is the flagship Ears Up on the Ears Up show. No new episodes from them this week, neither from the Supreme Resort, Scraping the Vault, or Fantasyland Draft League. But we have new episodes from Buena Vista Boys, who watched the movie Follow Me Boys. So that's episode 3 for them, so getting going. And then Puny Pod is out with a new one, going back to Spider-Man No Way Home. So you can get all your Marvel love for that one.
That's way past... How many Spider-Mans in is that one? That's pretty far in,
That's
isn't it?
the third one with Tom Holland. So that's one where all of the Spider-Mans show up.
Oh, that's a fun one.
It's
I did like
a
that
good
one.
one.
I liked how all the Spider-Men were in that one. That was pretty funny. I liked how they did that.
Especially
All right,
talking about how they make web.
Yeah.
So many questions.
So many questions. How come? Wait, you can do it by yourself? I have to mix up a recipe? This is interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good. Also, check us out on Instagram, Bantha Milk Podcast, over on Facebook, Bantha Milk Podcast. We also have a Facebook group, not scraping the vault. Sacred Jedi Text is a Facebook group where we post a lot of Star Wars memes and stuff like that, so join that as well.
Classic.
And like I said, the TikTok that is never posted to, but you can go there as well if you want to. So check out all the other stuff there. All right. Let's get into some news.
Yeah, news.
News. Let's hit it up.
Star Wars news. Star Wars news. Star Wars news.
I keep forgetting this is just like one more thing.
Just keeps on rolling through in all the bright ways. So
All the great ways. It just says 3 whole words. All right, for Star Wars news this week. I was hoping that one of our loyal fans who's been watching us for the past couple of weeks would be on already, but he's not on yet because the first one is from the Streamable website, thestreamable.com. Check out the varied ways to watch all of Star Wars in order.
ooh, there's so many options out there.
There are so many different options out there. And I think we even did a whole episode way back in the day on all the different ways that you could watch Star Wars. When my player asked me, he has never seen any of the movies at all. And I told him to start watching them in chronological order, episode 1 through episode 9. Watch it that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I figured, see the whole story develop.
Oh, that's so interesting. Like we don't have time to go into all of this, but it's like if you start at episode 1 and go all the way through, it's the story of Anakin Skywalker. But if you start episode 4, it's the story of Luke Skywalker, and you get a little background to it. It's like that changes so much of the perspective, I feel like, as you go through it. So that's interesting, especially because my preferred suggested order is the machete order of going 4, 5, and then back to 1, 2, 3. But some people argue you drop 1 in that order because it doesn't do anything to the world, and it gets explained in the first 10 minutes of episode 2. But I love episode 1, so don't you dare cut that out.
So that's what I was going to get to, was the machete order, which is the one that is the most chronologically random of all of them. But,
it is.
So they have the ones in order of release, which, like you said, would be starting with episode 4, 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, 3.
Still a good choice.
But they also have all the TV shows and everything listed as well, which is, it depends how you want to look at it. You know, like if you want to do just the movies, do just the movies. But if you want to learn everything at one time, like he never saw anything at all, and I didn't know how invested they were going to be. It was him and a couple of his friends, and if they really wanted to sit down, it would be interesting. I'm sure somebody has the number of hours that all of the TV series and all the movies equal.
It's a lot, especially like throwing Clone Wars and Rebels inside of there. There's a lot that you can catch up on in Star Wars content.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm like, all right, I didn't know if they were going to put in the hundreds of hours that it would be for all of that. So that's why I said to just watch it, 1 through 9.
Sure.
And see the whole thing. But the Star Wars in order of release is the one way, which, like you said, is the Luke Skywalker way. The chronological order way, which if you've never seen it, because I think that's, I never even looked at it as like that's the Anakin Skywalker story versus if you start with 4, it's the Luke Skywalker story, because that's who you're first introduced to.
Yeah.
As opposed to first being introduced to Anakin, which is an interesting way of looking at the two different versions of it.
I think the transition from episode 3 to episode 4 is really hard, especially like for the younger generation, because 3 is really like fast, up pace. Yes. You get the great lightsaber duel, and then episode 4 you get the Obi-Wan Vader lightsaber duel.
which is just two old guys going like this.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but like it was with the times of like what
Yeah.
film and movie
Yeah.
pacing is.
Yeah.
And so
and also what they could do in 77 versus what they could do in 2000 and whatever when episode 3 came out. So
when they
it was
were
a whole different
literally building visual effects, like they were designing all of it. It's incredible.
Yeah. And then, all the live action Star Wars in chronological order, all Star Wars in chronological order, starting with The Acolyte.
Oh, okay.
And then Tales of the Jedi, and then Star Wars Tales of the Underworld.
Okay.
So that's very interesting, throwing in those two as well, because if you start with The Acolyte, are you going to continue watching is my question.
It's true. Depends on the mindset you're going in with, right?
Yeah, like you're like, oh, okay, sure, this is what everybody loves. Then there's another one, which is Star Wars, the animated series in chronological order, which is interesting. Because you have Tales of the Jedi, Clone Wars, Star Wars. There's two different Tales of the Jedi, which I'm confused about.
So they did 2 seasons of it. So
they did 2 seasons of it? Okay, that's why.
I think so, at least.
Go
I feel
backwards.
like I watched 2 of them.
And then The Bad Batch, and then Maul, and then Tales of the Empire, then Star Wars Droids, Star Wars Ewoks, which is funny because those two are from the 80s, which was really, really bad, really campy. And then Rebels, and then Resistance.
Okay.
So to end on Resistance would be like a downer for me, because while Resistance wasn't bad, it definitely wasn't Rebels or the Clone Wars or Bad Batch, even for that matter.
No, there was so much potential inside of it where they were going with it, and they gave up on it too quick. So
yeah. So and then
I noticed
what
we
you were
skipped
talking
Young
about-
Jedi Adventures. Very, very disappointed in that one.
Can you imagine if they actually threw that in there?
No.
Like, it's cute. They would be like people would be like, really? Why am I watching
This is what I'm watching. I already know how to share my toys.
Yeah. Let me tell you, there's some people that need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And then the one that you talked about, which is called the Machete Order, which is for a long time, chronological order, release order were the only two ways Star Wars fans argued about how to watch the movies. But in 2011, software engineer Rod Hilton introduced what he called the Machete Order, which is intended to focus on Luke's tale at the expense of Anakin's. Note that the original Machete Order did not include The Phantom Menace, but as the prequel films have become more widely accepted in the fandom, it has commonly found a place in this method. So if you want to watch the films in Machete Order as Hilton originally envisioned it, skip The Phantom Menace and slots in Episode 2 and 3 as sorts of a flashback to explain the rise of the Empire and Anakin's transformation into Darth Vader. However, if you want all 6 of the first films to be included, Episode 1 will be a third. So it says watch New Hope, then The Empire Strikes Back, then go back and watch Episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then after that, then watch Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
So,
I love it for the argument, especially for young watchers who aren't in on the pop culture of just how I Am Your Father is like the key moment. And so that's what's good about the Machete Order is you get 4 and 5 and then the flashback of like, what do you mean that's his dad?
yeah.
And then you get the resolution afterwards when you understand where the past came from. I just think it's really smart of an order and a really interesting way to get in the universe.
Yeah. Now, the kid that asked me about this, he said, I already know all the things about, like, Luke and Darth Vader and all that stuff. And Darth Vader is Anakin and whatever. I was like, if you know all that stuff, then you should just start with 1 and work your way up.
You can work in any order at that point. Yep.
Yeah. So that's that. This is a fun little article, which basically just lets you know all of the movies and shows and everything else and how you should watch them. There was, what did they just say on, I just had it in my head what they were just talking about on DL Weekly about the movies and the TV shows, and now it just slipped my mind.
I don't remember.
All right, it'll come back to me. Whatever. All right, my next article is... Oh, this is a good one. Oh, that's what they were talking about. Speaking of episodes 1 through 6, they were saying that in the parks, they... what are the long sleeve shirts called? The
Spirit jerseys.
Spirit jerseys, yes. They're only having the Spirit jerseys right now for episodes 1 through 6. And, of course, people are mad.
Sequel erasure.
Mm-hmm. No sequels. So I have a feeling eventually that we'll have 7, 8, and 9, but they probably just didn't want to flood all 9 movies right away.
Yeah.
And they're re-releasing the early ones in the movie theater. Like I think episode 4's coming out soon, 2 years or something like that. So
sounds right.
Whatever. But this is very exciting. I have 2 articles about May the 4th.
Ooh.
And fun things for May the 4th. On May the 4th is the first time you can go to Burger King because Burger King launches the first official Star Wars collection in over 20 years. And our good friend Olivia actually sent this to me as well. 2026 is lining up to be a big year for Star Wars, which is already in the middle of one of the best Disney Plus, blah, blah, blah. What new items are coming to Burger King for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie only in theaters May 22nd, which, by the way, tickets are available now for the Mandalorian and Grogu.
We bought our tickets. We're going to the fan event.
Nice. We're going the first Thursday. I don't know if there's it's nothing special around here, but it comes out the Thursday before that Friday. We're going to that Thursday beforehand. But on the AMC app, it's not even listed in the upcoming movies or in the buy now movies.
Really?
Yes, you had to click on, there was an email that was sent to me that said, get your Mandalorian and Grogu tickets here, and the only way that you could get them right now was through the email. So if you want to get your Mandalorian and Grogu tickets and you go to AMC Theaters, check your AMC app email, because that's where I found my tickets, was in the AMC email. Wasn't even listed in the regular now playing or in the coming soon listing at all, only via the email link that I had. So
that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. They're really trying to be tricky here. So
They
keep
are.
your eye out for that.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that,
I'm in Marcus Theater territory. I get a limited edition pin. And there might
nice.
be photo
AMC
opportunities. So
has cards. They had secure, collect an epic bounty, strap in for the action and land limited edition collectible card packs when you get tickets to join the adventure from 5/21 to 5/22 only while supplies last.
that's cool.
Yeah, or set a course for action, adventure, souvenirs, get tickets to see the thrilling saga, and get a Grogu prom popcorn vessel.
A
Mando helmet.
pram.
Pram.
That's the little baby carrier.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It's like Grogu's not old enough for prom.
Yeah, he's going to the prom. It just sits on top of the cup. Mando helmet popcorn bucket, which in this picture, that's just a bucket with like a picture of Mando on it. I don't actually see a Mando helmet bucket. That would be cool if it was.
Okay.
And a blanket. What?
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a picture of an AT-AT, but they said that there's, I don't know. This is the picture below it. The picture's above it. There we go. Okay. That makes more sense. All right. So yes. So Baby Grogu is inside his little vessel, and that's where you can put your popcorn. And then there's a helmet that's also a popcorn bucket.
Cute.
And then collectibles that are rarer than Beskar. Trading your Beskar for an armory concession collectible, including our cup plus mystery topper. So that's what it is. You get a mystery topper for the cup. AT-AT Walker popcorn vessel. And exclusive This Is the Way popcorn tin. I can only imagine how much those things are going to cost.
That's a lot of popcorn buckets.
Yes.
And I say this as someone who's in the theme parks enough to see all of the different popcorn buckets that show up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 4 different popcorn buckets for the movies. All right. But while you're doing that, make sure you sneak your Burger King in because they have special Mandalorian and Grogu food meals, meal packets, meals. It's a picture. All right. So it says among the new items coming to Burger King's limited time Star Wars menu starting May the 4th are the Barbecue Bounty Whopper, which is served in a helmet-shaped carton. So the cardboard carton is silver, and it has the Mandalorian print on the one side.
Very cool. Yep.
And so, you know what I can do? Oh, no, I can do it over... This is great for radio, by the way.
Ah, so good.
Mm-hmm. Share a screen. This one. Share. Okay, so now, for everybody watching on YouTube, I can share this. Yes, now it's nice and big. Oh, here we go. He's back after watching all the movies. 1 Maul, 2 Yoda, and 3 Anakin. Episode 3 Anakin. I can get on board with that. My student ranked
favorite characters now? Okay.
He got rid of Grogu, and now he's liking Maul the best.
And Jar Jar disappeared.
Yoda.
I'm still disappointed.
Jar Jar disappeared. Yep. Maul's the best. Yoda, and then Episode 3 Anakin. I did like Episode 3 Anakin, except I really wanted him to be even darker and angrier.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
I really wanted him to be even meaner than he is. So that's a good list now. I'll take that list over your original list. That's good.
Got educated. We like that.
Yes. All right, so here is Barbecue Bounty Whopper, which is served in a helmet-shaped carton, which is right over here. If you can see my mouse. Legendary also coming to Burger King is Grogu's Blue Cookie Shake. It looks like it's got a little something up here. I'm sure that's going to be wonderful, which is a hyperspace sort of creamy soft serve blend with blue sugar cookie syrup and topped with Grogu's favorite blue cookies. Grogu is also getting some garlic chicken fries right in the middle there, which are crispy white meat chicken fries seasoned with Parmesan and garlic and served in a Grogu-themed carton with garlic dip sauce to fuel your next adventure.
Burger King chicken fries are one of my guilty pleasures. So,
okay.
And I love the idea of garlic Parmesan. So I'm like, I'll try these. Thank you.
I'll just have to try
Gotta do it. Just for the cute little carton.
That's right. And just for the show. You can write it off. It's a tax write-off for the show.
Perfect.
And certainly not least are the Imperial Cheddar Ranch Tots, which are perfectly crispy tater tots stuffed with melted cheddar cheese, fluffy potatoes, and ranch seasoning served in an Imperial-themed carton.
Those look and sound good. So
yes. This marks the first time that Burger King has released Star Wars-related merchandise since the premiere of Revenge of the Sith in 2005. Burger King Germany did provide fans with the opportunity to earn a free Whopper in 2019, though if they agreed to read Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker spoilers, which remains one of the strangest official promotions in history.
That is a weird one.
That is a weird one. Okay. So that is that. I need to go back to here and turn this off. All right. And then, I will do this last one, and then we'll talk. The next one is a little bit about what's actually happened in this episode as well. But this is, I keep clicking the wrong. This is interesting. I don't know if I've never seen this before, but OREOiD. I've never seen OREOiD.
I think it might be OREOiD,
OREOiD,
like a meteoroid.
okay. OREOiD.
I've seen them do like these kind of special packs before. And I've
Okay.
seen people go wild for trying to collect them. Like, I'm totally hopping into your news story, but these are like special packs of
Yeah.
Oreos that like specially decorated, special sets of cookies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the packs are smaller, the cookies are the same, other than you get some cool decoration. But why do you want to collect and keep cookies that are just going to go stale?
Right, exactly. So down here, celebrate your love of Star Wars with this OREOiD. And I thought it was OREOiD because the ID, the I is lowercase. So I was like, but okay. OREOiD 12-count box. There's only 12 cookies in here. Filled with fudge dip and sprinkled classic Oreo sandwich cookies, boasting a variety of Star Wars themed designs. Great for theme parties, gifting, or enjoying during your next Star Wars marathon. Okay, so there's only 12 cookies, 12 legendary designs. Here's the pictures of them.
Fudge-covered Oreos are excellent. So,
I'm sure they are. I'm not doubting that by any means.
but you probably
but
get like
they-
one of each of the designs,
Yes.
and that's what you get to
And-
enjoy.
So here's the 12 designs that you get. Team Darkseid, a Trooper, Boba Fett, Darth Vader, Yoda, May the Force be with you, the original Star Wars logo, Luke Skywalker, Chewie, Han Solo, the real Han Solo, not the
Not the theme park one.
Disneyland, Princess Leia, and R2-D2 and C-3PO. So there's 12 of them.
The art is great. Like they
art
look
is
really
great.
good.
Yeah, it's cute. And so you get an Oreo, they dip it in fudge, and then they have little, like almost like nonpareils, I guess, like little jimmies, either red, blue, and black, or just red and black jimmies around it, and then like a little, almost like a chocolate, like a candy wafer with the art printed on it.
Jimmy's? Sprinkles?
Sprinkles, yeah. Yeah.
Jimmy's? Is that an East Coast thing?
It is an East Coast thing. They're called, it's sprinkles and jimmies, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So-
All right. Well, I learned something
Yes.
today, so that's good.
There you go. Yeah, so when you get ice cream, you get it with jimmies on it, not
Oh.
sprinkles.
Fascinating.
Yeah, very fascinating.
Okay.
Now you learned something. You learned an East Coast term.
Can't
Sorry
wait
about
for the
that.
day that I get to start telling you about bubblers. So,
Yeah. Well, and what do you call Coca-Cola?
Coke.
Well, if
Or
it's
do you
not
mean like
Coke,
soda or pop?
Yeah, soda or pop. Yeah.
I use them interchangeably. I grew up in a pop region and have since moved to a soda region. So
Okay.
I have seen the best of both worlds.
Okay. Yeah. See, it's just soda out here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Soda pop
from what
sometimes.
yeah, from what I've been told, like down in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
because like that's where the Coca-Cola headquarters is. Everything is Coke.
It's
No
just
matter
a
if it's
Coke.
Pepsi, everything is Coke.
Yeah. Sierra
Raisin
Mist?
One
Nah.
says
Coke.
no, it's Coke. Real quick, Raisin One asks, "Is Baby Yoda's name Grogu?" I thought the name was Baby Yoda. Yes, Baby Yoda's name is Grogu.
Stop
But,
lying to the public. His name is Norman.
His name is Norman. According to us, his name is Norman. There was a friend of the show that before they came out and actually told you his name was Grogu, named it Norman, and we on the show always called him Norman after that. So if you want, you can call him Norman also, because that's what we call him.
And that's how you know you're
all
in the
right,
in
so-
crowd.
Yes. So this is all they are. Oreo cookies dipped in fudge, and then jimmies or sprinkles and little cute designs on it. But the 12-pack is $42.99.
You're not going to convince me to pay $3 for an Oreo.
$3 in Oreo. No, thank you. No, thank you. I was so excited because last year they had the Oreos that had like the designs in the cookie. And like there was I had one that was
Because they were like light
Chewbacca's
side,
head.
dark side boxes that you opened up.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and they were awesome, but they were just regular boxes of Oreos.
Smaller,
So they
but
were
yeah.
awesome. I loved them. I was like, I'm in. So we kept buying different boxes of them, hoping to get the different characters and all that stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But I am not spending $42 on 12 Oreos that I'm just going to eat. Like, there's not an Oreo in the world that is worth $3 a piece. I'm sorry.
Can't convince me to do it. Maybe if it's wrapped in gold and you're gonna pay me some money back for eating your gold. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never had
Yeah,
food
if I
wrapped in
can,
gold, so
if I can turn that gold into something else, then yes. All right, and then the last article that I have is about what we discovered in episode either 5 or 6 this week, which was that Shadow Lord implied that Marok, which is the Inquisitor that we meet in Shadow Lord, has psychometry. Is that how you say it?
psychometry, I think.
Psychometry, yes. So, one of the most subtly powerful and rarest force powers in Star Wars canon reappeared in Maul Shadow Lord. That power is psychometry, which grants a force user the ability to see glimpses of the past while physically touching an object or a place. There have only been a handful of force users who are capable of using psychometry, as the ability is believed to be innate, meaning a few force user is born with it. Notable force psychometry users in Star Wars canon include Quinlan Vos in the Clone Wars, Cal Kestis in Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor, and Rey Skywalker in the sequel trilogy, and Ahsoka Tano in Ahsoka. Now, however, Maul Shadow Lord has implied that the Inquisitor Marok also has psychometry. In Shadow Lord Episode 5, Marok touches a series of lightsaber burns from Maul's fight with Devin Izara and Diodaki, and hears echoes of screams from the fight. While Maul Shadow Lord didn't outright depict Marok experiencing a memory of Maul's duel, the fact that he could hear echoes of Maul's screams is fairly compelling evidence that he has force psychometry that would make him one of only a handful of force users in canon, force psychometry users in canon, and place him among the ranks of Quinlan Vos. They just restated the same sentence all over again.
It's an English paper with a word count.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
We need another paragraph, so we'll just say the same thing all over again.
It's such
So
a cool ability. Like, it feels like it's really dangerous to have existing in the world, but it's really cool how they've depicted it.
Yes. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So that's the last news article that I was able to uncover that wasn't just stupid clickbaity stuff.
I have one more that's kind of interesting for you. So
let's go. Let's hear it.
So as a very tech-forward household, I found it interesting. There was an article saying that Star Wars director Jon Favreau used an Apple Vision Pro in filming The Mandalorian and Grogu. So what he and his team did is they built software so that way Favreau could use the Vision Pro, which is like an AR headset that Apple developed that has had kind of mixed reviews as it's going through it. So that way he could look at what they had just shot or some other motion capture or pre-visualization and be in an IMAX theater and get the experience of like what will the audience see as they were going through it. And this has been what I feel like is one of the most creative uses of this hardware because it just hasn't fully caught on in a lot of places because they try to make it a bit of a productivity machine, but it's also really great for watching content that's like streamable on there because you can immerse yourself in environments, take away the rest of the world. Like there's a lot of perks to it, but it hasn't been enough for a lot of people to be like, yep, this is like a daily use for me. And so something like this to get it into like a technical pipeline, super cool for me to see.
Yeah, most definitely. That is super cool. That is very, very cool. Two other things real fast. Raisin One just said, I saw something online about Darth Maul's lightsaber screams or talks, which I think we talked about at the beginning of last week's episode. I think we did. What's the actor's name who plays Maul? I forget his
Sam
name.
Witwer.
Yeah, he recorded a whole bunch of screams and yells himself, and every time he swings the lightsaber, they play his screams and yells as well as hearing the lightsaber's whirling sound.
At least like a modulated version of himself.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, so that is true. That's super cool. So the lightsaber itself, I don't think is technically screaming, maybe, but like
I think where you might get that kind of gray area was last week when we talked about the lightsaber like listening or kind of calling it out to Devin. And so it's like maybe there's some semblance of it's talking as it's going through it, but I think you are more on the right track with Sam Witwer's screams being used as the lightsaber sounds.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. And then the other last thing, last night on Jimmy Kimmel, they had Jon Favreau was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
And he showed an extra clip from Mandalorian and Grogu.
It's interesting.
Mando and Grogu.
Yeah, while you're finding that, because we went to the movies and saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And ahead of it, they had a little bit of like an extended preview of The Mandalorian and Grogu. So it was like behind the scenes. And so it was, I don't remember who was sitting around the table, but it was like Pedro Pascal, the lady from the Rebellion, who I thought was hilarious because it looked like she was dressed up as a Star Wars character in her outfit. So I'm like, she is bought into this, and I love that outfit that she's wearing and going for it.
Okay.
And this is where I feel terrible because I don't remember if it was Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau sitting at the table, and they are not people that you confuse when you see them.
No, they definitely don't look alike by any means.
Yep.
Was he wearing a hat, a cowboy hat?
I can't tell you. So I'm like, just yell at me, fake fan. Obviously, owning that one up right now. But it was just interesting talking about kind of the behind the scenes and some of how they were trying to navigate like some of the scenes and the story that they were going through and what they wanted to do. And there was a couple extra what felt like clips that feels like it told me absolutely nothing more about the movie still, which I'm happy about. I don't want something to spoil me into that.
Yeah. Yeah, this also doesn't tell us anything more about the movie except that there's like a prisoner in the scene, so you know that he has like a bounty. But here, I'll show you.
Which is why he got the ship. Yep.
Yeah. So this is from YouTube. There's probably going to be a commercial now. Nope.
Oh, cool. We got Zeb again.
Yeah, there's Zeb. Do you hear the sound?
Great.
Now the funny thing is they have all these buttons and nothing is labeled at all,
no,
which is
not
also
at all.
Funny. There's not one word, even in Aurebesh, there's nothing written here at all. So it's even worse.
I mean, does Grogu know how to read anyway?
That's true.
He's firing more, isn't he?
Yeah, now he's sending other missiles.
Incredible.
That was a great Zeb voice, too. I don't think he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think
Incredible.
he knows what he's doing either.
He ain't got a clue.
He has no clue what he's doing. So, yeah, so that was a fun little clip. And once again, I love it because it's not showing us anything. He says, Star Raisin One just says, "Do you guys ever watch Star Balls or whatever it's called?"
Spaceballs, so good.
Spaceballs, yes. Spaceballs is awesome.
Love Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is amazing. You have to watch Spaceballs. I can't wait for Spaceballs 2, by the way, but it's not coming out till next year.
I just hope they get a merchandising deal.
Oh, I know. I just can't wait. It's so funny. All right, so that's the end of the news. We could keep finding more news to talk about. Let's turn that off because I think you have something for us.
I sure do.
Yeah. I'm the Jedi of the week. I've been running it like I be Yoda for a minute.
You're the real one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got a real one this week as well. Moving alphabetically, we moved to the letter S. And with the letter S, we're looking at a Jedi who didn't get a lot of screen time, but whose actions literally set the entire prequel era in motion. This week, we are spotlighting Master Sifo Dyas.
Okay.
So if you've only seen the movies, he's just a name drop in Attack of the Clones, this mysterious Jedi who supposedly ordered the creation of the clone army. But his actual story is like super tragic, especially like inside the Jedi Order. Like you could even say it's one of the most tragic stories, and there's some bad ones inside of there. But Sifo Dyas was a Jedi Master who was cursed with terrifyingly accurate visions of the future. So if you thought psychometry was kind of wild out there, up in our game.
Like in the past, yeah.
Yeah, now you're seeing the future. So years before the Clone Wars began, he saw the coming darkness. He saw the conflict that was going to tear the galaxy apart. And so he tried to warn the Jedi Council, and they told him he's being paranoid. They dismissed all of his visions, pushed him to the sidelines. And so he did what everyone else in that position would do. He went rogue. He's got to protect the Republic. So in total secrecy, he contacted the Kaminoans. He commissioned the Grand Army of the Republic, believing that the Jedi needed this tool to survive the coming storm. But as we know, he played right in the hands of the Sith. He was betrayed, murdered by his former friend, Count Dooku. The Sith then hijacked his clone army project, planted the inhibitor chips, and turned Sifo Dyas' desperate attempt to save the Jedi into the very weapon that would destroy them. Yikes. Guess having ultimate power and proof of what's coming isn't all it's shaking out to be. And that's where we find Sifo Dyas.
So I'm happy. This is the first one that I really knew absolutely nothing about, which is awesome.
Finally.
Yeah. So this is really, really cool because when they, like you said, they just like breeze over him in the movies where when who goes to the Caminos? It was Obi-Wan and
yep.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan goes and they're like, "Oh yeah, and they just mention his name, and I was always
just
confused.
Random name drop. Yep.
Yeah. I was always confused if it was actually like a good guy who did this or if it was a bad guy because all the clones then turn on them. So I was very confused as to who like really commissioned this to happen. And I thought like Kenobi like infiltrated and snuck this out from underneath Palpatine, but Palpatine didn't want to show his cards, so he let them have the clones because if he didn't, then everybody would know that he was planning to do this or whatever.
Yep.
So that's awesome. So now I know that this is the guy who did it, and he did it for the good, meant well, but then Palpatine did it to him. He snuck him out and put the chips in, hoping that they would eventually come back for them, and know that they were gonna. So even when they had somebody who could see the future and could almost outthink Palpatine, Palpatine could still outthink somebody who could see the future.
It's just more proof of how bad the Jedi's arrogance was. So
yeah, 100%.
So if you want to learn more about Sifo Dyas, Clone Wars, I want to say, I'm pretty sure I wrote down Season 6, Episode 10, The Lost One, has him show up in a hologram. Or if you enjoy audio dramas, audiobooks, Dooku Jedi Lost, he shows up a ton as a friend of Dooku in a lot of the flashbacks. And that's just a really well done book, which again is one of the reasons why I love Count Dooku.
And that's even perfect because Raisin One just asked, if you don't mind me asking, wasn't Count Dooku a good guy training Qui-Gon what happened to him. So you can tell him all about that since you love Count Dooku.
I mean, it's all that disillusionment that happened of the time frame where Dooku was seeing the flaws and seeing the problems. And so he broke from the order and then tried to rise up with all the separatists to create essentially their own form of government and part of the universe. And then, Palpatine gets involved and starts really kind of taking that over when he moved right on from Maul as if nothing happened. So there's a lot more nuance to that one and pacing, but really he broke away because he didn't believe in what they were doing. And it's really kind of chilling. And I feel like maybe the universe has swung a little too far, that the Republic isn't really the good guys in the first prequel trilogy thing, the deeper you get into it. But that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole other conversation for when you say, okay, maybe they got too big for their britches. Yeah, so... All right. Well, great questions over there, Raisin One.
So
and
good.
Great. This is awesome. I learned more about who this name drop actually was, which was awesome. So there you go. That's a great Jedi of the week for us. All right. And what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk all about episodes 5 and 6. Lots of lightsaber battles and a great continuous storyline this week.
Yeah.
Not a lot of jumping back and forth, so much easier to follow this week. All right, we'll be right back. And we're back.
We did it. Hooray.
We did it. Welcome back. We went away for commercial, and we came back. And you're back with us. Thank you. Thank you for coming back.
So glad we're all still here.
Yes, so happy. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so we are back with the whole reason that we're here, which is episodes 5 and 6 of Maul Shadow Lord. I really enjoyed these two episodes. I watched them. It was funny. I was like, oh, we're doing our podcast on Wednesday. I forgot that they came out on Monday because I was like... we're doing our podcast on Wednesday. That must mean they come out on Tuesday. I was
Obviously.
like, oh, no, they came out on Monday. So I watched them last night, and then I watched them again today, and it was pretty good. So
this has probably been my favorite pair of episodes so far.
Yeah,
I think it's just been awesome.
Yeah, we're getting into, these two episodes, we really got into a lot of good stuff. Like, the first two I felt like was a lot of story building. And then the last two was a little bit of just setting up for this week's these two. A lot of
exposition. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a really good 2 episodes. So
I feel sad a little saying 5 and 6 so far have been my favorites, because I feel like the amount that Maul has been in the episodes started out really high, and we are on a clear trajectory that he's not the main character, even though the story is about him. And we're spending a lot of time with Lawson and Devin and Iko Diodaki. It's
yeah, but
it's so good.
It's so good, and it's still about him because we just don't see his face, just like in episode 1 when we don't see him at all, but he's so awesome in that. When he shows up in this one, it's still really good. He's really, really good in this episode that we see him in. So I think we're going to see a lot more of him for the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So, all right. So episode 5 is called Inquisition. And I forgot we used to do this. The IMDb description of the episode.
Oh, please.
Yes, they're very detailed. Very detailed. It says, Captain Lawson faces a sobering new reality. That's it. That's the whole description. So, we learned absolutely nothing from that.
Nope.
So we're like, okay. But here's the rundown of the show. We open with the Imperial alarm going off again that we heard from the original trilogy as the shadow of the Star Destroyer is looming over Janix. The main transport shuttle is a Rogus transport shuttle from the Clone Wars that first appeared in episode Missing in Action. It's also in Bad Batch. And then we see the LAT's ships.
Love those
also
gunships.
from Clone Wars. Yeah, they're so cool.
I am so happy seeing like that they're just continuing to use the Republic vessels. Like it's been a year and they haven't been able to switch over to like the Imperial shuttles and the TIE fighters and everything yet. And like we're still in this like Republic army, now the Empire army. And I think that's so necessary and it's so good to have that showing up. And especially because we give some ships cool screen time.
Exactly. Like it's cool to see that they're like, oh, we took over, but all we haven't been able to build our own stuff yet. So that's really cool. And then, I need to get rid of this tab and open this tab.
And I love that we have this again too. Like the Star Destroyer parking over the city, just like in Rogue One, when they're over that city, it's like Imperial Star Destroyers are space ships. They don't belong in the atmosphere. So when they're coming down, it's purely like just a sign of like, look at how big and bad we are. Like there's no good reason for it.
No, they don't need to be there. They're just saying, we are here. You are now under our control, basically, is all they're saying at this point.
I suppose that is a good reason. So I should take my words back. Intimidation is worthwhile.
Intimidation, yes.
Fear will keep them in line, right?
Oh my gosh. And then you hear also at the same time, like, the city is on lockdown. So you're like, okay.
No world travel. Here you go.
No world travel. Yep. So, and as all the LATs are coming down, they land in Riley Stadium. So now they're no longer allowed to play space lacrosse.
Bodekin. We learned what it was called.
Yes.
They called it shockball in the comments or in the comics, or at least that's what Lawson referred to what his kid played. So when he said you haven't heard of Bodekin, I'm like, no, I haven't heard of that. Like, what do you mean?
No,
you're a multi-sport athlete?
Shockball. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's in the future. Anyway.
That is in the future, yes. So then TK troopers march out of the shuttle, and then we meet the Imperial commander, Blake.
Lieutenant Blake. Okay.
Lieutenant Blake.
I need you to answer this question for me. How do these animators keep on topping themselves with having someone's face who is more and more punchable with every Imperial officer that shows up?
Every single officer, you get worse and worse, more and more punchable every single time. Like, oh, my God.
This guy shows up, and I'm like, what a slimy little jerk. Like,
he's such a tool. He doesn't
even have to talk. I'm just ready to throw hands.
If he didn't have that uniform on, he would be nobody. You know that guy, when he was in high school, got picked on all the time, and then he was like, I'll show you, and he joined the officers club because he couldn't be
no basic training
soldier,
to be a stormtrooper.
No basic training. Yeah, he had to go right into the officers because there's no way he would be able to do the basic training, and now he thinks he's superior to everybody else. He probably couldn't even do 2 push-ups. He's crazy. But yeah, so he's a toolbox, but so Blake, and then they see them arresting a Bith, and then we see the wanted poster for Maul with text that reads "Fugitive at Large."
Yep.
And then Chief Kelsey, Klyce, K-L-Y-C-E, Klyce.
I don't remember.
Is mad at the fact that 2 Boots called the Empire. She says, as she's talking to, what's his name, Lawson, she says, well, it could be worse. At least you're not harboring any Jedi, which I was like, oh, there you go.
Surprise.
A little foreshadowing, shall we? So then Blake takes Chief Klyce into the interrogation room, and then we never see her again, and they say she's been reassigned. Eek. I don't know if she's been reassigned or murdered. I'm not sure which.
And this gets us jumping ahead when Lawson finally gets interrogated, because there's like nails, fingers pulling on the table. And so you're absolutely right. Like, there is no clarity behind it, but I'm so with your first instinct of like, they killed her.
Yeah, 100%. They did not reassign her. She's been reassigned to a
trash compactor.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
And then they cut to the Jedis and they say they need to get out of the city and they no longer need to. Devin says, "What about Maul?" And he says, "We no longer need to worry about Maul. He is the Empire's responsibility now." And you can see she's thinking about Maul. She definitely has, and even later on when she says some things, he says, that's it's coming out of your mouth, but they're definitely Maul's words coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
So Maul is already making an impact on her.
Yep. You can see the doubt is just there, and that is like the worst thing. But she's being posed with like, you're going to live a life of hiding and on the run, and what kind of life is that for a kid to hear?
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, as we see her fighting, she's really good.
Yeah, she has
Like,
so much potential.
Yeah, she is, for an apprentice, she is not like she must have been training for a very long time, because she held her own against Maul. Now, he wasn't really pushing her too hard, but she also held her own against the Inquisitor. And there were some scenes, some parts, the Inquisitor knocked her lightsaber out of her hand. She was able to avoid him a couple of times without the lightsaber.
Yeah.
She did a lot of aerobic moves backwards and was able to pull the lightsaber into her hand. So she has a lot of Jedi skills. She's not just like Rebels.
Not like
name?
young Ezra.
Yeah, not like young Ezra by any means. She was definitely not like young Ezra by any means.
Yeah.
So,
which is
for
funny
her to
because
be a
like
kid,
her dodging and diving through everything, I'm like, it's like Ezra from the Ahsoka series where he's older and doesn't have his weapon, but he's still just using his dexterity to kind of dodge around.
Yeah, so I think she is very. I think she's very far along in her training because she did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I agree.
So then you see more of the crackdown of all them asking people for their papers and things like that, and then we have a transition to Maul's underground lair. Spybot takes us down underground.
The best.
He's so much fun. One of the articles said that Maul's Spybot is the equivalent to Grogu. To the Mandalorian's Grogu.
Yeah, I'm improving to be it. He's a total jerk and like just has a mouth on everyone. I adore Spybot so much.
Yeah, he's so much fun. He's like, oh, let me see. I'll find you, Jedi, and all this. Like, he's awesome. So yeah. So he learned the technique from his master, who whatever Maul refuses, or she correctly guesses. Rockcast wants them to leave, but Maul refuses. He says, no, not yet. And then she says, is this because of the Jedi, Devin? And he says, stick to the plan. And
but she tried to kill you.
Yeah, she tried to kill you. He's like, it's fine.
It's all the better.
It's all the better.
Such a Sith thing to say, right? So
yeah. It's like, yeah, that's fine. That's how I know that she wants to be a part of our clan, because she tried to kill me. And then I wrote the little Weasley guy, Lundy, says, what is the plan anyway? And then Maul basically tells him, he says, our business has concluded. If you want to leave, you're free to go. And then he says, you can live. He goes, I let you live, didn't I? Mm-hmm. He goes, you can live, or you can take your chances with the Empire. And he's like, well, I guess I'll stay down here. That's
right. Fascinating how that's still going to play in. So,
And then we see a quick cutscene of the other Mandalorians who aren't wearing red. Only what's her name is wearing red.
Yeah, just Rook. Everyone else is just in gray.
Yeah, Rook. Yeah, and they are like you can tell they're only in it for the money. And they say as long as the credits keep flowing, I guess I'm still in it. So how good is an army when the army is only there for the money is the question.
And this is so interesting to me just because of like how much pride the Mandalorians carried in the past of like, we're just awesome warriors. Watch us fight for glory. And now they're just in this of like, they're hired guns. And like, there's no pride in that.
Yeah, they're just hired mercenaries. They're just like, okay, whatever you want. Just as long as you keep paying me, I'll keep doing it.
So waiting for that to turn around in the Empire to pay them more. So...
Right, or him to run out of money and not pay them, and then leave.
Sure.
Yeah. So then we go back to the police station. We see the Janix version of a mouse droid. As Lawson spots a stormtrooper holding a data pad with the chief's file. So he's fearing for the worst, and then Two Boots interrupts him again with a cup of calf. All this guy does is drink coffee. He's like, I need more coffee.
Always just asking for more and more. I love like when he's in his car later and he's still drinking out of one of those like standard mugs. I'm like, you don't even have a travel cup. You're just drinking out of a mug.
You're just drinking out of a mug? Oh, my
Savage.
goodness, you got a lot of coffee.
So,
yeah. Two Boots tells him that he forgives him. He's like, it's okay. I forgive you for turning me off. He still doesn't understand that Two Boots calling the Empire was the worst thing that he could have done.
Yep.
And he still thinks that, and it's funny that, he's a droid. So he is only programmed to see X and Y. He's not programmed to see the gray in the middle, black and white, but not the gray in the middle. So that gray in the middle is what's going to be the part that's going to really mess everything up. Then when Blake turns off the chief's image, it's symbolic. She's now gone and will probably never reappear or be in prison. I think she's never reappearing.
I think you are correct.
And then Daki is hiding in an alley, and he says, "Is this what our future holds? Always running and hiding." Daki correctly realizes that Maul's speech got to her, and that's when he says, I hear the words, but they're not coming from you. They're coming from Maul. And he says, we do not steal. I'm tired of begging. But Daki works species the way to harden approach. He says, once you start down the dark path, forever it will dominate your destiny, consume you it will. And this is why Daki is cautioning Devin to not listen to anything that Maul says.
It sounds like, as he's saying, like, don't use Maul's words, like, it sounds like he's using Yoda's words.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I imagine there's some history that we may or may not see that he was tempted by the dark side at some point as well. And so has that experience with it that he heard from Yoda. Again, things I don't expect us to actually have show up inside this story, but it's very, very influential, clearly.
Yeah, and like the one thing that would help, and even like with Anakin back in the day would have helped, is just explain to Anakin or explain to her, like, I was tempted myself. The dark side is bad. Even though Maul is not completely Sith anymore, even though he wants to get back at the Empire, he's still doing it the wrong way.
Yep.
This way is the bad way. So it's not going to turn out as well as you think it will. I tried it. It didn't work. Trust me.
Trust me.
But like just by preaching the good and thinking that kids are going to listen to just the good, it doesn't work.
We learned this. Like we've hosted 6 high school foreign exchange students at this point, And it's like we sit there so many times and I feel like Palpatine of like, I beg you, use my knowledge. I'm like, just
Please use my knowledge.
just
Listen to me.
Don't you don't
I'm
have to make
telling
this
you.
mistake yourself. And I'm guessing
Yeah.
that you probably experienced it as a parent as well. Of like
Oh.
some mistakes kids just have to make.
Like even my daughter, like she was outside, like when it was warm. We're in our third winter right now. It dropped down to like 40 degrees the other day after being 80 last week, and now it's dropped down to 40 again. But when it was 80, she was outside working on her tan, and I was like, please put sunblock on. She's like, no. And I'm like, don't you remember when I had the skin cut out of the top of my head? I'm like, this is what's going to happen to you. When you turn 40, you're going to have skin removed from your head because it's going to turn cancerous. Now it won't. Okay. But yeah.
You say so.
Please. All right. So anyway, so he says, throughout my long life, I have seen the galaxy endured many changes. Tyranny is always defeated. Then we see Riley run to the police station and talk to Two Boots, which was like just a weird scene. Like, he's like, Two Boots, you know me. Tell me where my dad is. He's like, I cannot tell you. You're a civilian. And you just see how robotic he is in when he's working and whatever. He's like, you've known me my whole life. Like, tell me where my dad is.
Especially like with the Empire there, I feel like Two Boots is like, I got to be right up to snuff with everything that's happening. We got protocol. They're here because of me, and I'm ready to show off.
I'm ready to show them how good I can be. But the Empire starts to slowly close their noses. Great sequence.
Well, this is a huge moment, I feel like, because Two Boots, as he's leaving, runs into slimy Lieutenant Blake and is like, why is there a civilian in here? Oh, it's his kid. All right, we'll get him out of here. And then he's like, your shoes aren't standard issue.
Yeah, this is great.
And it's like, we finally have the thing that's probably going to make Two Boots turn a little bit on the Empire.
Yeah.
And I really like the take from Star Wars Explained about this, because he's like, those boots probably signified that deep down in his programming of following orders is a little bit of a rebellious side. Like, that is a core trait of Two Boots with like, look at these boots. But that's like as much as he'd do. But it's like, that is really interesting of like, it's become such a core part of his identity of like, yeah, I'm not always the rule follower. Look at my boots, even though he's totally a rule follower.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
it was so
finally,
funny. Yeah. Like I have look at these boots. I can bend the rules. And then
all this happening while his poor dad is having who knows what happening to him from the first brother and the rest of the interrogation, right?
Yeah, he's in the interrogation room, and as he's in the interrogation room, the first brother sneaks up behind him and he's like, tell me everything about Maul. And he's like, I don't know.
What a horror atmosphere. Like,
oh my gosh,
good to the point. Like, they have made him terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm so happy about
he's
that.
awesome. Yeah, he's so good. He's so scary. She's awesome. But then as all that's going on, then we see the two Jedi are walking around the street and they're trying to get out of town. And as they're doing that, more and more troopers start walking around and they start asking people for their identification, which is great because then he says, they finally get caught and he says, you've seen our identification. And the trooper says, I've seen your identification. And Master says, we cannot afford to cause a disturbance. So they start to sneak away. And then one of the other troopers goes, wait, why did you let them go without seeing their identification? And he's like, I saw their wait. I didn't. And then they like sneak away and they run into the train tunnels and they get away. So running past.
It was nice to see the Force and like the Jedi mind trick not work. Like seeing there's limitation to it. I thought it was really neat.
Yes, that was really funny. Like it worked just enough for them to get away, but the other person it didn't work on. If there's two people there, it didn't work on them as well. So it was pretty funny. And then we see Riley call his mom, which was an interesting phone call because I'm not sure why she said what she said. If she said something like, "Oh, well, if the Empire's there, they're there for good reason. Just do what they say and everything will be fine."
Well,
she could have said it.
She's drank the Kool-Aid, right?
Either
Or
she drank the Kool-Aid, or she knows, or she's afraid that somebody's listening, and she doesn't want to get anybody in trouble.
interesting.
So she's trying to just say what if somebody's listening, because that's the first thing I thought of was, ooh, does she really think that, or is she just saying that?
That's
so
fun.
It'll be be interesting to see.
Yeah, because like she doesn't have like ranking symbols on her shirt, so she's clearly just a cog in the machine. And
Right.
so that I had not considered that she wasn't just an Imperial loyalist, which is why she left and there was marital problems between Lawson and her, that maybe like she had to do it for one reason or another to take care of things, and that's why Riley stayed with Lawson. That's a compelling point of view, especially
Yeah,
because she's
so,
so quick of like, I have to go at the end of it.
Yes. So yeah, because she knew like if they're listening too much, then whatever. So, Yes. Raisin asks again, which between which movies is this? This is between
3 and 4.
3 and 4 again. Yes, this is taking place between 3 and 4.
Yep,
and
this
then
is-
OJ
this is-
Sands just popped in and she said hello.
Hello.
So
Yeah, this
hello,
is
OJ
a
Sands.
year after Order 66. So
Yes. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see if because Ryan Airy from Screen Crush thinks that by episode 10 there's going to be a nice happy family reunion between mom, dad, and son.
okay.
So that'll be interesting. But
I mean,
yeah,
that makes
I
sense.
don't-
She's bound to show up
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah. So then we have Merrick bringing his force to investigate the site of the Maul fight, and as he looks at the saber marks, he's able to reconstruct the duel. So we talked about that earlier.
And this is
how he has
cool.
that.
This is
Yeah.
so cool with him, like you were about to say, with his powers of like, we're so used to these bad guys just showing up at the opportune moment to like have a fight or whatever, but like he's understanding. He's like, there are Jedi here as well, or someone else that was fighting him, and we get to kind of like immerse ourselves in that, and I love that so much.
Yeah, it was neat. It's neat how he was able to just sense it and reconstruct it and know that. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Spybot, we see Spybot again. He's hacking into the system of the Imperial recordings of the Jedi, and I like how he says, "I found Jedi." So he's like, he's like very excited. Yeah, got him. So he takes this info to Maul, who is having his prosthetic leg repaired after he got it damaged in the fight last episode. Which was also interesting because he flinched a little bit as it was being repaired.
He did, yes. He's not
Which,
this almighty shadow that's not going to ever be defeated. He's mortal.
Yeah, and it also shows like Ryan Airy pointed out that when Luke Skywalker had his prosthetic hand cut off again, he flinched and screamed the second time. So apparently when you get the prosthetics in this universe,
You still
you
feel
have
it.
feelings in the prosthetics, which is interesting. So
That
he was
is.
able to feel the prosthetic when they were fixing it. So, it's interesting. So then Lawson's released, which maybe like since the son called the mom, I felt that the mom had something to do with getting him released, because like his boss disappeared. He didn't seem to be harmed at all. Like there's no claw marks after he was in there. And there were claw marks after his boss was in there, and she was never seen from. But somehow she was released. He was released. So
here's my pitch for the argument of that one. So the first brother did his interrogation. left to go investigate the scene of the crime where the fight happened because Lawson survived somehow. Boy, wasn't he lucky. And so he was able to put together like Jedi are here, Jedi are part of it. Maybe that's why. And so they decided to let him go so they'd follow him home and see if the Jedi were there.
Okay, that's a good idea. Okay. There you go. Going back to the foreshadowing from the beginning where she said at least we're not harboring any Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. To see if that kind of played in there or not. So, again, theory we'll probably never know either way. Both are good theories.
Exactly.
So
yes, but I like that theory as well. That's a good theory. And right before he was released, he said, "Can I at least have some calf?"
Get a calf.
Once again, going into his addiction of this coffee.
And then the door opens right away. I'm like, they are not bringing him a calf just like that.
No. And I love the Weasley, whatever his name was, the Lieutenant Dan,
Lieutenant Blake.
Lieutenant Blake says the Empire thanks you for your for your service or your help or whatever.
So skeezy.
And he's like, yeah, I'm sure they do. And then the first thing he does is go make sure he gets some more coffee, and then he looks at his family photo, and then he goes home, and his son's standing there, and he goes, "Dad?" Yeah, and it was so awkward. I felt like the masters drinking coffee almost like they were two, which they kind of are, but like two homeless
refugees,
refugees that whatever, like that he took in, and it was just a weird camera angle. Like they looked more needy than they really were.
I mean,
and I know that's.
They're desperate at this point. They said they only need one contact, so they've probably got to play it up, intentional or not, of like, this is their only option right now, unless they go to Maul.
Yeah. So it was interesting. They were like, "Please, sir, may I have some more?"
Yeah.
Like it was almost like Oliver Twist there. So and then I was gonna say that's how it ends, but that's not how it ends.
I am shocked that this is not like a week-to-week cliffhanger that they gave. This feels like one of those end of the episodes that they would cut it off and be like, "You're going to talk about this for the next week." I'm so glad they didn't, but
yeah, because after then the Jedi revealed the score echoes John Williams' score from Anakin and Obi-Wan's, and then it goes right into Episode 6. Which was good because
do you got an IMDb summary?
Yeah. Titled Night of the Hunted. And the IMDb description: pushed to their breaking point, our heroes have no choice but to run. So that's what this whole episode is about. So then the title foreshadows the ending of this episode. In the final fight, both Maul and Devin are hunted. Okay, but we begin with the Star Destroyer hovering over the city, sending out the occupation troops. Then we see Maul training, which is pretty neat.
This is cool. This is like him doing his version of meditation. Like the Jedi sit and they're just with themselves. But I feel like the Sith do it through this like motion that they kind of live with it, and I love it because it means we get to see more of the beautiful animation of Maul and the red lights. So
the lightsabers moving around in this animation are so awesome.
It's so
good. And like the way they make them move by making the light like triangular as it's moving so that it looks more sweeping and making it look like it's moving faster is so cool. Yeah, it was fun and it was really, really cool. And then so that was fun. And then Rook comes in and interrupts, and she as we pan by the Zabrak to Spybot's shot of Merrick, The Inquisitors were meant to inspire fear, which of course feeds the dark side. And here Maul sees, this is your opportunity to embrace your destiny as my apprentice. He says that, and then we cut into Lawson's apartment, and Docky sees Devin. Docky sends Devin to the kids' table with Riley, which was funny.
It was so cute. Going to the room.
Like, you guys go to Devin's room.
Go to Riley's room and hang out together. Adults have something adult to talk about. Yeah.
Go to Riley's room while the big people talk. It was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were funny in there because Riley's like talking about this is when we find out the name of his lacrosse and how it's
Bodekin,
not.
finally.
It's Bodekin. And he's like, oh, you must not have grown up around here. And then Devin says, yeah, I think we had two different childhoods.
Yep.
And
all
like,
while he's panic cleaning his room because he's got someone over. It's incredible.
He's trying to clean his room. He's like, oh, there's a girl in my room now. I need to clean this up.
Yes.
It was so cute. It was so funny.
So good. Such the right level of awkwardness and everything you can imagine.
So funny. Oh, it was great.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, it was so funny. And then as they're the two of them are just being awkward with each other. The Lawson and Master are outside. And yeah, they're talking, and he's saying we need a way out. Lawson, on the way in, Lawson actually teases her, saying, "Make sure you don't steal anything."
Don't steal anything. Yes, because that's how they first met.
That's how they first met. So then he's describing the Jedi Purge. Notice there's just a bit of the score from Order 66. He says, my Padawan Devin and I barely survived, but could only be described as a purge of the Jedi Order. He also asks if there's a safe smuggler's passage off the planet. And we're in Riley's room talking, and as they're talking, a red lightsaber cuts through the door. Then
I was sitting there as that's coming in. I'm like, is that Maul? Like, is he that ambitious?
Yeah. I know, and it was interesting. It was like, is it Maul or is it the Inquisitor? Who is it? Who could it be? And even when the door got like force pushed in, you still didn't know who it was until you saw the mask, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's the Inquisitor.
Yep.
And Devin's like panicking. He's like, what's going on? Is that a Jedi? What are they doing? What's happening? So they're like running up onto the roof. He's like panicking, and then the LAT transport shows up on the roof. And Devin hijacks the ship.
After Master Docky blocked like turbo laser shots from the ship. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, it was awesome. He was so they both have really, really good force powers. He's very powerful. For an old man with a metal stick. He's very powerful. When Devin asks her, you ever flown one of these before? She replies, not exactly. And then there was a good chase scene. This was a good chase scene as they're flying around. This was
really good.
I liked going up and down. She's like banging into things. She was doing a really good job. Once she figured out the controls, she was able. He's like, "You're gonna crash," and she was like, right down. And everybody that was following her kept crashing into things, and she was able to control it. It's funny the fact that the Jedi senses, the Jedis are able to control things and do things, but luckily the ship was able to control and handle the forces that the Jedis were trying to push them through, because I often think like just because you can drive a car 80 miles an hour into a turn, if you try it with a Hyundai, it's not going to handle the same way as if you do with a Formula One car.
True.
Yep. Even if you have Jedi powers where your reaction is good, if the vehicle can't handle it, it doesn't matter. So
absolutely.
But luckily this LAT transport can, so that's okay.
This has been such an interesting experience for these two episodes, because Episode 5, you had the Jedi that were being basically hunted down, but it was like slow. Like every corner, there was troops looking, and they kind of got to dodge away from it. Versus this episode, where it is like breakneck speed constantly of have to get away, have to get away, have to get away. And it's like, it's really interesting how the threat can come in two very different formats, but still feel just as like pressing on all of them.
Yeah, that is interesting, and didn't even think about it until you said that, and that is true, because this one was a lot more fast-paced, and this whole episode, even though it was the same amount of time, it felt like it flew by.
Yeah.
And I think because it was so fast-paced
Yeah.
that you didn't even realize. You're like, holy cow, like...
I mean, like 3/4 of this episode is chase or lightsaber fight, and so it's just so action-packed.
Yeah, it was so action-packed and just so much going on that you're just like, what? And all of a sudden it's over.
Yeah. But everything had purpose. Like, it wasn't just fighting for the sake of fighting, which is, I think, what really, really sold it for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. So,
but we got to get there first.
Yeah. So she's flying all around. That she finally gets away from everybody, and then as they're doing it, Riley is told that the Empire is not what you think it is. So now he's really confused because he knows his mom works for the Empire. Now he's seeing that the Empire might not be the good guys after all. They're now chasing down his dad. His dad's now a fugitive. He's now really, really confused.
I mean, didn't even say that at one point of like, why are we shooting against the Empire?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's feeling it.
So he's feeling it. He's definitely feeling it. So then when that chase scene ends, we get back to HQ. Two Boots begins by praising the Empire. The Empire appears to greatly value efficiency, which I find commendable. But then two things happen to undercut his esteem for this regime. One, his friend Lawson is now a wanted man because now the hologram shows up.
That timing was so good. Oh, and this is where I jumped the gun on Two Boots and Two Boots.
Yeah. So he's like, wait. He looks over and he sees that Lawson is like now a wanted sign. And then as he's doing
Captain Lawson's going to be so happy to hear about this efficiency or whatever. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's like, oh, and then boom, wanted. And then Blake walks over and he goes, those are not standard issue. Get rid of those boots. And he's like, so he's like, are you kidding? I love them. And he's like, now you see even Two Boots' love for the Empire. Now he's suddenly like, wait, maybe did I do something wrong? Maybe I'm not sure here.
Yeah, I love that doubt inside of him. Like it's gonna help keep him interesting.
Yes, 100%. So, and then we go to the casino where Renee Saul, Lawson's underworld informant. So she's a Pantorian, which might be the name after her voice actor Pamela Alden, which she was in the original Louis sitcom that was on HBO.
I do not know that one.
Oh, it was so good. I liked it. It only lasted a couple of seasons. But Pamela it went from 2010 to 2015.
Oh, she was Bobby Hill on King of the Hill. Okay.
Yeah. The Life of Louis C.K., divorced comedian living in New York with 2 kids. But she was in that. She was funny in that. It was only 14 episodes while it lasted that long. She was in Grease 2 in 1982. She was in Vampire Hunters. I'm trying to think what else. Like you said, King of the Hill, she was Bobby's voice.
That's quite the voice. So, yeah.
Yeah. So History of the World Part 2 as Fanny Mudman. 3 episodes of that. But like I recognized her voice and I recognized it from Louis. I really liked that. That was a good sitcom. It was only 14 episodes, but it was good. You should the original. Then he had another one after that, but that was a good one. But anyway, so she says she's talking to somebody. That's my purse. I don't know you. And then he goes over. You see the astromech droid serving drinks, by the way?
I did. I'm like, oh, this is not a good use for an astromech droid, but why not?
Why not? A throwback to R2-D2 on the Jabba the Hutt sail barge.
Absolutely.
So, that was pretty
Incredible.
funny. And he says, I have need for you. Okay. He says, oh my goodness. All right. Elsewhere, the Imperial probe droid from the Empire Strikes Back are patrolling the city, which pisses off Spybot.
So
Spybot
much.
looks at
I
it.
love it.
He's like, whatever. And then Maul tells Rookcast about his plan to save the Jedi. He says the strongest metal is forged at the Crucible. So he speaks to her in a language that she would understand about power.
Might, power. Yep.
Yeah, basically saying like, you're a fighter. She will be stronger. Whatever. So his bond with Renee is tested when she tries to get rid of the imps. So this is going back to Lawson now. So we go back to Lawson.
Yeah, this is super cute because we got this dialogue between the two of them, right? Of like, I wouldn't come to you if I wasn't desperate, and like has a hand on her. I'm like, oh, they've been together in the past. Maybe infidelity is why they split, but
yeah. You could clearly tell that there was something going on.
Yeah. But I like that we get another bit of the past before she disappears. And I don't know if you were getting to that, where they talk about that they were like bounty hunters and they're only alive today, each of them, because each other saved each other's lives.
They saved each other's lives. Yeah. Which was neat. So, she says, okay, I'll take care of it. So she goes down and she says, if anything goes wrong, use the elevator. Whatever, it's not called an elevator. Whatever they call it, the shaft or something
lift?
like that. The lift.
Did they just take the
she says,
British
"Use the
term?
lift."
Yeah.
And as soon as she leaves, he says to Lawson and Devin, Lawson says, get ready to use the lift. So he knows it's going to go bad right away.
Which it did.
They're watching on the camera, and she's down there, and one of the troopers puts his hand on her shoulder. She immediately pushes it off, punches him in the throat, gives him a kick, whatever she does.
Time to go.
So then they, before they do, Merrick can sense Devin through the Force. Oh, and he sends Devin and
Riley.
He says, you guys go, and we'll take care of this. You guys go. And I thought it was neat. He's like, Devin will take care of your son. Don't worry about it. He's like, my word is good or whatever. And he's like, I don't know about that. He goes, trust me or something. So it was neat that he was like, he still doesn't trust the Jedi. And he was like, you got to trust me, like, believe me, and we're okay. So,
and it's nice too, because we're dealing with Lawson, who's in that trope of like overworked policeman, doesn't spend time with his family. And it's that chance for him to prove like, my son is so important to me. Are you sure I can trust you with this? I don't even know if I can really trust you with it. And so it's just more opportunity to show how much he really cares.
Yeah. So they do that. The two dads are fighting off all the troopers while the kids go down. They're
incredibly
trying to sneak around.
Holy moly, Lawson's a good shot.
He's a very good shot. He's like I was going to say Han Solo caliber, but I think he's even almost Princess Leia caliber.
Yeah,
shooter. Like he's a sharpshooter.
He was a bounty hunter for sure. Like this all checks out so well.
Mm-hmm. I think he might be all that calf that he's drinking is really helping him.
Someone should try that. Yeah.
So then they take care of all the troopers that come up, and then they go down the shaft as well. And then they're down there, and there's more fighting going on down there. And the two kids jump on the train, and as they jump on the train, the Inquisitor is chasing them down. He jumps on the train also. More lightsaber battles ensuing. As the Inquisitor and Devin are fighting, he's like, where's Maul? I want Maul. And you can see in her face, like, she's a little confused and also, like, Like she doesn't want to give him up, but at the same time, she's also like a little confused by this whole interaction. I felt like
because she's
And
probably
then-
heard stories of like these Jedi hunters that will come and kill her, and they're not
Yeah.
trying to necessarily kill her. They want Maul, which is
Yeah.
fascinating.
Yeah, she's like, wait, you don't want to kill me? You want Maul? So, and then the hero comes to save the day.
Oh, you get that little
Standing on-
glimpse of him in the speeding train.
Yeah, so cool. And then he's up on top of the train and he jumps down, and then all three of them are battling. They're fighting back and forth. It was
Great
It was
fight.
a
Yep.
great fight.
It wasn't a Maul
Riley's-
raid, but we got something interesting.
Yeah, Riley's like hiding. He's trying to sneak around. Then the Inquisitor sets out his second blade. So then Maul says, okay, you're going to do that. I'll set out my second blade too. Then the Inquisitor starts spinning his blade, and Maul goes, "Pfft, hold my beer. Hold my calf." He says, hold my calf.
Yep.
I don't need something to spin myself. I can spin it all by myself. He starts spinning his blade. He's like, wah, bah, 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 bah. So then they start fighting back and forth, and then a lot of bouncing all over the place.
Great fight
And
to
then-
watch. Yep.
Great fight scene, great to watch. And then just as it's starting to get to the point where you're like, what's going to happen? Then Devin slices through the train coupler, and the Inquisitor is the only one left on the other train, and it immediately stops. It loses power, and they get away. And Maul, it was neat because then Devin like pulls her blade on Maul, and she's ready to attack Maul now because she's like, do I trust you? Do I don't trust you? And then Maul turns to her and he says, now you have seen the face of your true enemy. And then he leaves,
Yeah.
which was neat, which I was like, okay. He doesn't even try to like take her. He doesn't even try to say, come with me.
He knows.
He knows. He just dangles that carrot out there. And he just says, that's your true enemy. I'll be over here. When you're ready to come with me, I'll be over here.
And I love that, like, Devin not launching the first attack on him is probably twofold. You got one, like, she's still in doubt. Like, does she trust Maul? Is Maul the right person for her? And two, her Jedi training probably says she shouldn't be the one to attack first.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she's probably just kind of stuck and just can't go for it for both these reasons. And so it's like, oh, that's just brutal. And Maul just walking away is so cold. I love it.
Yeah, it was so cool. So cool. So then he walks away. And then after he walks away, the Inquisitor kneels down before a holo communicator, just like Vader communicator with the Empire and The Empire Strikes Back. We don't see who he's talking to. You think that it could be the Emperor? I thought maybe he was actually talking to Vader, but he could be talking to the Emperor, probably.
The Emperor is not on my radar for this at all, because he did say my lord. So I think Vader seems most likely, but it could just be the Grand Inquisitor.
Okay.
But I think Vader feels so likely in that one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking Vader, but then Ryan Airy was thinking the Emperor, but I was thinking Vader because, like you said, he said my lord, and he says there are two Jedi here also, or something along those lines. So
because I think the Inquisitors report to Vader. I don't think Sidious really has anything to do with them, which. You're right that it makes sense of like Maul wants Sidious, so like you want the Sidious Maul interaction to show up, but I don't know if it's gonna show up at all.
Yeah. So the Inquisitors are dark side users who are not full-fledged Sith, and they helped Vader to hunt down the Jedi between the end of the Clone Wars until about 5 years before the Battle of Yavin. So they helped Vader. So, yeah. So, and that's how it ends. It ends with him bowing down to presumably Darth Vader. So, I have a feeling episode 7 is going to start. You're going to pan around, and you're going to see Vader standing there.
I don't think we get that reveal.
You don't think so?
I think that reveal maybe comes in episode 10. But I think this continues to be Inquisitors versus Maul and Devin. I don't think we get to find out who my lord is for a while.
Oh,
Which is
that'll
going to be
interesting.
brutal.
Yeah. I don't know. I because even if it's just Maul or even if it's just Vader saying, "All right, well, kill all of them."
Yeah.
Like I want all their heads, something like that. And then we don't see Vader again is fine. Because I don't want it to be about Vader. I do want it to be about the Inquisitor. But I hope they don't dangle that carrot, because we got to get an answer. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
We'll get
I
one
don't know.
eventually. Like we got 2
Eventually.
seasons.
Yeah. So I don't
At
know.
least.
So all right. Well, that's it. That's how it ends.
Oh,
So
that
there we
was
go.
such a good ending.
It's a great ending. It was so good, and it was a good cliffhanger spot. At least it wasn't the cliffhanger spot of episode 5 where we were like, "Oh God."
I wouldn't have blamed them at all for having that as a cliffhanger between weeks. Like
Yes.
that would be such a good choice. But they had 2 great episode ending cliffhangers here, and that's pretty
Yes.
awesome for them. I'm not
Yeah.
angry about them like I would have been. I'm waiting for more details, but it's like this is just good storytelling.
Yes, 100%. 100%. I really like it. I like what's happening in this series. I like the fact that we already know that we're getting a second series, a second season. So I hope that this season doesn't end with a cliffhanger for season 2. I hope it ends with a good bow, and that season 2 will be a whole, I don't want to say a whole different story arc, but like it can stand on its own type of thing.
I like to guess we'll get closure with breadcrumbs for what's next.
That's a good way to put it. Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Closure with breadcrumbs.
Like maybe we'll be leaving Janix and going to somewhere else to figure out more of Maul the crime lord, because like that's where it's kind of gotta be going, right?
Yeah, and that'll be fine. And I want more Maul the crime lord, but we don't need to continue with this storyline for 2 seasons. Like this storyline can wrap up nicely at the end of the season, and then we can have a whole new crime lord storyline for season 2, which will be awesome, which will be fine.
I agree.
Which I like. Yeah. So that's awesome. So
time will tell.
Time will tell. We one of us will be back next week.
And it's probably not me.
One of us will be on a boat next week, sailing through the big lake known as the Atlantic, if it's still named the Atlantic Ocean. I'm not sure if that's been renamed yet.
No, that one's still the same. So got to make my way over to Spain.
Going over to Spain. Going to Espanol. You've been practicing your Spanish?
No. Because ich spreche Deutsch.
Oh, okay.
And
well,
that is not useful in Spain.
I can help you with your Spanish. Ready? You can say taco.
Taco.
You can say burrito.
Burrito.
Yeah. The only thing I know how to say in Spanish are foods.
I mean, those are important things to kind of have, right?
Yes. Chimichanga.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one too. I think that's very
Gordita?
American though. So
Chalupa. I'm
also,
just reading the Taco Bell menu right now. Nacho Bel Grande.
Incredible.
Yes. Olivia said she's filling in for you.
Oh, perfect. That's all we need. So
oh my goodness. It was
Hot Pilot's
sorry.
not part of this. So
Yes, Hot Pilot has nothing to do with this series. So sorry, Olivia. No, I got somebody else to fill in. I have my good friend from the Rambling Star Wars fan, Ken, will be filling in for you. Yes. Olivia, you're great in the chat during this, but I don't think your Star Wars knowledge is a little thin right about now. I apologize. I hope you're not offended. All right. On that note, before I offend Olivia anymore, I think we said enough for one night. Until next week, James has said it all. And
Wir haben gesprochen. Yep. I mean,
there you go.
we have spoken.
We have spoken.